We just got back from spending 4 days at one of our favorite places, Las Vegas.
We stayed at the resort that people believe to be one of the best in all of Vegas, the Wynn.
During this video, we're going to give you a walking tour of the property. We're going to show you the pool. We'll even give you a quick room tour. What's up, everyone? My name's Clint.
And I'm Tabitha, and work can wait because we're out of office.
Let's head back to Vegas. The Wynn is considered by many to not only be one of the top resorts in Las Vegas, but one of the top resorts in the world. Built in 2005 by Las Vegas visionary Steve Wynn, it truly is a stunning property. During this walking tour, we're going to give you a guide to some of the primary points of interest around the Wynn complex. Let's go ahead and get started with the tour. This is a map of the property that I will refer to from time to time, and what better place to begin than the main entrance. This could be said for most places at this property, but the main valet is very pretty. This is not only where you would get dropped off, but it's also where you would meet your taxi or rideshare driver. When you first walk through the door, you come to one of the most Instagrammable spots in all of Las Vegas. There are always people taking pictures here, and should you be wondering, yes, those flowers are all 100% real. Just to the right of this display is the hotel registration area. The door on the far side of this room takes you to a viewing area where you can watch the shows on the Lake of Dreams each night. Turning left out of the registration area will take you to one of the many restaurants at the Wynn. This is Mizumi. This is very high-end Japanese cuisine. Be prepared to open your wallet if you're coming here. We're now walking back towards registration. Just past it on the left, you will find the Overlook Lounge. This is one of the many bars and lounges at the Wynn. It's very nice and always busy. The cocktails were very unique, and we had a good experience when we visited. And speaking of how busy it is, this was filmed at midnight, and you can see how many people are there. Right in front of Overlook, you have the famous curved escalators. At the bottom, you will find Pisces. This is a Mediterranean seafood restaurant. It's certainly a beautiful place, as you can see by the video, but when Tabitha and I ate here, we were underwhelmed to say the least. The setting is very unique, being right on the Lake of Dreams, but the food just did not live up to the ambiance. Right across from Pisces is SW Steakhouse. This place is legendary, and for a good reason. The starter courses were good, but the steak was a standout. Tabitha and I both agreed that this was the best steak we have ever had anywhere. You also have Bar Parasol and Aft Cocktail Deck in this portion of the resort. Bar Parasol feels like something out of Alice in Wonderland. This is one of the better drinks we had on the trip. We did not get to Aft, unfortunately. From the spiral escalators, your next stop is the Esplanade Shops. This is high-end shopping. Think Gucci, Prada, etc. Here's some more shots of those beautiful decorations. It truly never gets old looking at them. Now we're going to walk onto the casino floor and keep to the right. We're going to speed up the footage a little bit until we come to our first landmark, which is the high-limit slot room. Just down from the high-limit slot room, there's Red 8, which is Chinese food at an approachable price. Now we're turning the corner around Red 8 and walking down this long hallway. We'll speed the footage up again. Now, if Red 8 was approachable, this next place is not. This is Wynn Las, which is a Michelin-starred high-end Cantonese restaurant. Beside Wynn Las is Delilah's Supper Club. This is the hardest reservation to get in Vegas, and no phones are allowed inside. Robin Thicke recently dined there and gave an impromptu concert. Let's walk back out to the casino floor. We'll speed the footage up again to get there a little faster. Okay, we're going to try not to run over this nice couple here. And once we arrive back on the casino floor, one of the first landmarks you're going to see is the High Limit Lounge. This is where the high rollers go to play. The next stop is the B Bar. This place is small, but it has a really cool speakeasy vibe. We probably had our best bar experience at this place. The bartender Carlos was spectacular. He actually made Tabitha a custom drink based on her preferences. Turning left out of the B bar, you come to the Wynn Buffet. This is generally heralded as the best buffet in Vegas, and like most things in Vegas, it is over the top. We'll show it to you in depth in another video, but we enjoyed our experience there overall. Staying on the same hallway as the buffet, you have Wynn at Home, where you can purchase the same furnishings that are in the guest rooms for your own home. Right across the hall is a brunch restaurant, the Terrace Point Cafe, and of course, the gift shop. Let's speed the footage up again and head back out to the casino floor. We're actually going to be walking down the back side of the casino here until we come to our next landmark. Speaking of casinos, combined, the Wynn and Encore have a staggering 193,000 square feet of gaming space, making it the largest combined casino on the Las Vegas Strip. Now we arrive at Cafe Al Teatro. This is a great place to get coffee, pastries, or a quick snack. The coffee here was actually really good. Down the hallway from Cafe Al Teatro is the Encore Theater, where the resident show Awakening is held. Right beside the theater is the entrance to Wynn's sister property, Encore. Say hi to Tabitha, and back out to the casino floor. The next stop is going to be Allegro, which is a casual Italian restaurant. Just down from Allegro is the Race and Sports Book. Personally, I think this is one of the more underrated sports books in Vegas. We were there during the World Cup, and it was packed during those matches. Connected to the sports book is Charlie's Sports Bar. We'll stick to the right, speed up the footage, and we're going to come to the bell desk. Once we reach the bell desk, we are back at the main entrance. Just a few more shots of the decor here at the front of the property. Fun fact, their floral budget is rumored to be $100,000 a week. Alright, so we're back where we started. Before we show you the room and head out to the pool, let's do something. Let's walk right through the middle of the Wynn Casino floor. We're going to walk back to the flowers, back to the overlook, and once we get here, we are in the dead center of the Wynn Casino floor. We've already established that the casino is quite large, so for this walk we're going to speed up the footage a little bit. Now this was filmed about 8:30 on a Saturday morning, so it wasn't especially busy, but normally this place is quite crowded, especially in the evenings. Should you be one who likes a bustling casino atmosphere, the Wynn may certainly be for you. Once we reach the edge of the casino, we're going to turn left. We're going to pass the cashier's cage, and finally, we're going to end up at the entrance to the resort elevators, and there's Tabitha patiently waiting for me. Now let's head outside and check out the pool. Between the Wynn and Encore, there are 3 pools. 2 of those are at the Wynn specifically. This is the main pool, and it's large and it is beautiful. There are cabanas for rent, but there are plenty of free loungers, and they're all padded and they're all very comfortable. Now this is not a party pool, it's fairly quiet, but they also have a really good pool menu. They have really good service out there as well. There's also a 21 plus pool on this complex. We spent the better part of 3 days out here, and we loved every minute of it. We'll have more to say about the pool in an upcoming video, but for now, let's go check out the room. When you first walk into your room, the drapes are going to open automatically, which, well, it is pretty cool. Immediately to the left, there is a dining table with 2 seats, and just beyond that is another seating area in front of the window. Speaking of the window, it is floor to ceiling, which allows for spectacular views. We happen to have a strip view on this trip, but if your room was on the other side of the property, you would have a golf course and sphere view, which some might feel is preferable to the strip. There is a large TV that pulls out and swivels. There's also the dreaded Vegas minibar. There's a king-size bed with charging capabilities on each side. There is also an iPad that literally controls every aspect of the room, from the drapes, the TV, the temperature, to ordering room service. It's also going to allow you to view your bill, whether you want to or not. The bathroom had a double vanity with a large shelf in the middle that provided plenty of storage space. There was also a very large tub, and although fairly small, the shower was very nice and worked very well. The closet had a safe, some extra linens up top, and an iron and an ironing board, but no steamer, which most high-end properties like this have.
That brings us to the end of our tour. We truly hope you find this video informative.
If you did, please make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so that you can be notified next time we're out of office. We have a lot of great content to come.
See you next time.